Yo, welcome back. Another episode of School in the Game podcast. Our international School in the Game podcast, as Taylor like to say. You know what I mean?
Yo, man, I just seen all the pages, man. I just assumed, like,
We got
it's
20
got international IG pages and whatnot. I'm just saying.
If y'all don't know, just type in Schoolhouse on Instagram and just hit the follow button.
Shameless plug.
We need them follows. Nah, what's going on? How y'all doing? Everybody good?
No.
Chilling, man.
Y'all stressed?
Just gave the hard no.
Bro, I almost couldn't sleep last night, man. But I'm like, I know they ain't gonna be finished, but I'm like, dang, I can't sleep.
Nah, I was definitely up all night.
Yeah, man, selection stuff, man, it's crazy.
After like 11, I was like, yeah, nah, they not gonna announce this tonight. Then I woke up. I figured I wake up to the news, but nope. And now it's what, 8 o'clock? Still nothing.
If you hear something tonight, could be something.
I don't think we're gonna hear nothing until tomorrow.
Waiting on 2 states.
Said it was gonna take a while for everything to come in, so that's what
I checked online to see if my ballot went through. It still ain't go through, so I'm like, damn.
Trump got yours on a lot.
He said, nah, hold that one.
Just that one.
just mine? That's crazy.
I mean, they already got Cali, so I mean.
Yeah, we a blue state. I ain't tripping.
You put your ballot in the Beverly Hills mailbox?
Nah. That's silly.
Hollywood School.
Not Beverly Hills. It was Wilshire Boulevard.
Ooh.
I'm just kidding.
Yo, this kid with the flexes, man. I can't, yo. This kid dropped
I just regular right up the street, man. They had a
up the street is not our up the street, yo.
Yeah.
One of the elementary schools by me.
It just said up the street, like his up the street the same. You got the Hollywood sign out there. You can see it from your crib.
This what we doing today?
I mean, stop me when I'm wrong. I hate that.
I'm gonna say he ain't said nothing, so
exactly.
Must be right.
Man,
But nah, this is.
right.
I was waiting on y'all to tell me some information. I went to sleep. And I woke up to 36 messages. I was like, oh, some wild shit happened. And then I would just talk about nothing. So I was like, hey, thanks, guys.
I definitely thought I'd wake up to somebody who won, but like I woke up probably like 7:38. I was like, all right, nothing yet. I was like, all right, 9 o'clock roll around. They got to count the ballots now, right? Nah, still counting as of 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock tonight.
A lot of mail-in votes.
Yeah,
some places they couldn't start till today, right?
I think
Yeah, so they could
start yesterday, right?
No, everybody started yesterday, I believe.
But they had so many that came in before yesterday, but they couldn't count them to yesterday. That's why everything backed up.
Yeah, a couple states had early voting, so all those absentee and mail-in votes were in, but they just couldn't start counting until yesterday.
Yeah, so it looked like Biden is pretty close to making it happen. Depending on what you're watching, he either needs Arizona and Nevada or just Nevada, because some places give him Arizona already. So how confident are y'all in Nevada coming through for us? Or if not, one of the other states that's still out there, how confident are y'all?
I'm not confident until I see 270 underneath by the day, bro.
Me neither.
That's what my confidence.
I'm not gonna hold you, yo. Like Nevada, if you look at the numbers, like by vote, I think he only has Nevada by like I think 4,000 or 5,000 votes, yeah, and it's only like 75% done counting the votes or 65% counting the votes. So, like Burke said, not until that thing say 270 on it.
I mean, it looks pretty good where he is because he's dominating the more populated parts of the state.
Yeah.
So it looks good, but
too close.
Yeah, it's still kind of too close because, like, what's been happening on the East Coast and especially in the southern states, like Biden's been winning most of those, like some of those counties in those predominantly red states. But what happens is if you win that popular county or those bigger counties, then that succeeds whatever else you won. So, and that's how Trump flipped some states in the last election, and he was doing it earlier this election too. But because of
Yeah,
the
you talking
mail-in
real
votes coming in,
electoral right now.
yeah, the mail-in votes coming in, those start to slowly flip. And it's, like I said, it's until I see 270, bro, then I'll be real confident that means a win in the bag. But
I think Nevada is interesting because most years I think Nevada probably would be an easy state for him to win, but because Vegas is such a huge part of their economy and they had to shut so much of that down because of Corona, and Trump is trying to have everything open, but Biden is trying to not close everything down, but want more restrictions. It's a chance that they would be more inclined to want Trump because they can open the economy back up. They can make the money that they weren't making for the past 6-7 months. So that's the only thing that kind of makes me nervous about Nevada.
yeah, they lost a lot of money on like the strip alone, like between the casinos and hotels and all the other attractions that they got going on. And then they got the Raiders coming in with the NFL, that whole new team.
I forgot all about that.
Bringing in money, like that whole, they were shut down for 6-7 months. So that's a lot of bread that they missed out on. So when you hear somebody talking about, open up the economy and push it forward to make money, that's their money maker.
Right. The whole state, really.
Right. Like Vegas is like carries that whole state for the most part. So, like said, it's definitely nerve wracking, but we'll see. We'll see how it plays out.
Yeah. And on top of that, you got Trump talking about he's gonna ask for a recount in states that Biden already won, like Wisconsin. So who knows how long that'll take and what can happen there.
That's what I'm waiting to see too. It's like he talk about going to the Supreme Court. So it's like even if Biden do hit the 270, it's like if he take it to the Supreme Court, that's gonna be a whole nother issue they're gonna go through, and they're gonna go back recounting votes and all that other bullshit. So.
But that's been his MO though. This whole time he
been saying it for months now. Honestly,
right. You gotta lay the groundwork. So if it go left,
he's been laying the groundwork this whole time.
That's what I'm saying.
He's like, if I lose this, I gotta already put in people's heads that it's a hoax, it's a fraud. So it's already been set in his mind that it was gonna go this way, and he already was planning on it. I bet like a month ago he was like, I'm already planning to go to the Supreme Court. I'm gonna do this interview. I'm gonna talk all this shit. And then everybody gonna hop on the bandwagon like, yeah, he said like a month ago this was gonna happen. So
definitely
he thought it was a hoax.
On Twitter.
He thought it was a hoax in the 2016 election, and he won the 2016 election. So he been laying groundwork for it. He still was like, nah, that's not right. Russia got involved. And Hillary sent an email. Like he was setting it up
fam,
long before.
Won. You won, fam.
Like, bro,
relax.
You got it. Like, nah, it was hoax. Yeah, but you won.
Somebody had to tap him on the shoulder like, you you won, right?
He been setting the groundwork for years.
Doesn't matter, still a hoax.
Yeah, like so he already filed paperwork for have a recount in Wisconsin. He filed lawsuits in Pennsylvania, Michigan. What was the other state? Georgia, just recently, like an hour ago. Because he feels like they had mail-in votes. Right. So he's winning it. All the states that he were winning. Pennsylvania, he's still winning Pennsylvania. He's still winning Georgia. Michigan flipped. But his premise on the lawsuits is that he feels like there were mail-in votes that got sent in after the cutoff date. Cutoff time, rather. So let's say it's supposed to be 7 o'clock yesterday. He's saying like, oh, there was a box of votes that came in after 7 o'clock, so those shouldn't count. Mind you, at the same time, he wants the votes to stop. He wants people to stop counting votes in Pennsylvania because he's ahead. He wants people to stop counting votes in Georgia because he's ahead. But he losing in Arizona. He don't want nobody to stop counting because there's still votes out there. Still votes out there to get. So like you can't do both.
Like nah, yo, stop it all the way around.
Like you can't do both. Like he's a clown, yo. Like this is very sick, he talks out both sides, and it's like, yo, Like pick or struggle. Like you either gotta take this out, or
Pick a struggle.
just ride it out and concede.
For real.
But like I don't know, man. Like I said, once it's 270 hit, then I'll be real confident. Cause you just never know with him, yo.
I still want to be confident until he's in office. I won't be confident. Like I said, he plan on going to the Supreme Court, so
Trump said he's not leaving the White House either.
they're going to drag him out of there.
That's pretty much that's what he said. He said
drag Trump out the office. Yeah, legit, they're gonna have to physically drag that man out of office.
It's gonna be like, come on, dog. You had your 4 years. Come on, man. Like, just get out, man.
He want 4 more, man.
It's crazy. But shout out to all the black voters, because when it came to Wisconsin, it came down to Milwaukee, which is mostly black. Michigan, it came down to Detroit, which is mostly black. So Pennsylvania gonna come down to Philly, which is high percentage black. Mm-hmm. So, we made the difference in this election. So shout out to, all the black people, all the minorities that went out and voted and made that difference.
In Georgia too, a lot of the
except for the ones that voted for
yeah, Georgia, it was definitely a gap last night, but you wake up today and right now I think Biden's down 1%. It was like 49 or 48 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it was like Fulton County and Atlanta, like that whole area.
Fulton and Cobb County.
Mm-hmm. So a lot of black voters came out, and there was a lot of the mail-in votes too that came in.
Georgia kind of like Nevada to me, because I don't know what the people in Atlanta going to do, because since COVID started, they've been acting like COVID was never there. Like, they never shut down. Everything in Atlanta.
Atlanta been outside this whole quarantine, yo. Atlanta been outside.
Atlanta been open the whole time.
Somebody just had
a what?
Oh, frozen.
What you say?
Nah.
My guy, I hate it had to be him.
Dang,
you missed that whole thought.
He brought up Kanye. I was about to ask him. He had mentioned earlier before we got on how he had seen Kim at the polls and she convinced him to vote for Ye. I was about to ask him why he did that, but I guess he's not here to defend himself.
Well, the kids can't even defend themselves.
So, I mean, we just got to roll with that story, because
that's what it is, man. Kids voted for Ye.
That's what exactly happened.
I was about to say something about the kids' red cap, but I was going to chill out. Oh, school back. Hey, what up, man?
Nah, you don't look amused. What up, school?
Yeah.
What up? What up, my guy?
I think they got me and Till's billing information mixed up.
Nah, chill, son. I'm good.
Just so people don't think that I was being serious. You didn't vote for Ye, right?
Nah.
All right.
Nah, I ain't vote for Ye. I heard people talking about it. I was in the grocery store yesterday, and then somebody was like, yeah, I voted for Ye because he's black. And then her little sister was like, yeah, if I could vote, I would have voted for Ye too. I'm just like, bro, I got to get
That's that Cali talk, man.
No, that's that younger generation talk.
Facts.
Honestly, that's what that is, man.
I always like, it blows my mind how late he decided, like, oh, I'm gonna try to get into this election. Like, bro, like, come on, man. Like, you knew this was coming 4 years ago.
If he didn't start late, man.
Did he get his name on the ballot?
Probably be a little scary.
In a couple states, he got his name on a couple ballots.
So he did that in months. Give him 4 years. See what he could do. What up?
He had 4 years, because
he had it. He didn't do nothing.
Yo, he tweeted earlier. He said "Welp" and put 2024.
2024.
I'm like, bro.
Like, come on, bro.
Like, he just missed it. Like, dang, I had a chance.
But then he was making a big deal, like, oh, his first time voting. It was like a big deal. It's like, yeah, because you're voting for yourself, yo. Like, that's the only reason you're voting.
He made a scene too. He probably was in there like, would I write my own name in that? Man, can you come here for a second?
Like, sir, you have to quiet down. People are voting. He
She
probably had
doesn't
his,
like black people. No, I'm just kidding.
he wrote his vote and brought it in. He didn't have, he didn't need no ballot. He wrote on the old piece of paper. It's like, here, yo.
This probably, do I just give you my ID or how does this work?
You care about none of the other votes. Just
He's probably on some, you know who I am?
Like, nah.
He's probably typed his name wasn't on the ballot. So I got to write my whole name in?
He put his name on loose leaf paper. Here's it in.
Not the loose sleeve.
He ripped it up and wrote his name and then hit it in.
He took it out the 5-star binder.
folded it up.
He picked his name out of hat.
Oh my
Picked
god.
his own name out the hat. It was like, nah, here.
That's very sick.
Yo, shout out to Kanye, man. Friends of the show.
No, he's not. Hello, yo.
Yeah, did y'all see his interview with Joe Rogan?
Nah.
Yo, I gotta watch that, yo. I gotta like sit down and
I'm like
and
an
pay
hour and a
attention to
half in.
that. Yeah, it'd be like 3 hours, yo. I'm
I
like,
can't
yeah,
tune
man.
in for that long. No way.
Yo, y'all know my love for Kanye? Shit's kind of fascinating, yo.
I mean, he's
Nah, the
guy,
part,
but
the part it's probably the most coherent interview he's done in a while. It's still wild Kanye stuff he says, but it's coherent. It's like it's you can sit down and listen to it and not be like too annoyed.
Like most of the stuff, like it wasn't so much like wild stuff. He just has like 30 different thoughts going on at the same time, and he's all over the place. And then by the time like you finally figure it out, he talking about like
About something
Star
else.
Wars and like Disney or some shit. You like, how the fuck did we get to Star Wars and Disney? And then 10 minutes later, it goes back to the original question. You like, oh shit, like, all right. Like,
Just like,
guess
yeah,
that's
can you
cool.
write this down first before you start talking?
but like some of the stuff he did was talking about was like I could get with that, but then like you said, but after you like find your way through it, you just
So
be
you
lost.
gotta dissect the whole conversation before you get to an actual point he made.
But like I said, my hour and a half in, I'm gonna try to finish it maybe tomorrow or whatever. But like some of the stuff is fascinating. What you talking about?
So, Tills, I was gonna ask you, up here, and I don't know how it is in Cali. I'm assuming it's kind of similar. We kind of got an expectation. Everybody around us is pretty much voting Biden, but I think where you're at is a red state, right? Typically.
It's kind of a swing state, honestly. It's kind of bounced back and forth, as far as I know.
So what's the difference, like in the from when you lived here to living there, like around election time? What's the difference in like the vibes? You see a lot of Trump supporters everywhere.
It depends on where you at, man. Because like being like in the city, it's like you still kind of get that. You kind of get both, to be honest. It's not as much up there because like Connecticut's like historically a blue state. Like I don't think it's been a red state in decades.
Right.
But like down here, it kind of like bounces back and forth. So like you kind of get both of it. I mean, you get the vibe of like people voting for Biden. You get the vibe people vote for Trump. I mean, it all depends on where you live at. Cause you out in the sticks somewhere, you're gonna see like Trump stuff all over the place. People waving flags off their car and out in front of their lawn and stuff. But like then you go into like the city and stuff, and then you'll see Biden stuff, or it's not that same kind of vibe. Like I would ride on a back road right now, and you go 4 houses down, each and every one of them want to have Trump stuff on it. But then you go like if you want to enter city, or you like where I'm at, it's like you're not gonna see anything Trump anywhere. Like nowhere in the neighborhood, nowhere like going to or from work or anywhere like nearby the neighborhood. But you drive 30 minutes that way, an hour that way, you're gonna see some Trump stuff.
Yeah, I think
It's definitely interesting. What's up?
No, I was gonna say I think these last 2 elections have shown me how little I know about like where you live is not the deep south, but it's the south. But like how little I know about what's important to them, like Alabama and Arkansas and Mississippi, because they all vote like red 80%. Like
Yeah.
And it's hard to understand, but life there is just so much different than it is here in the city. Like what they need is different from us. So it's hard.
I wouldn't even say just what they need in like life and I would just say their views a little different for the most part.
In
Like
what
I
sense?
wouldn't say you said what?
In what sense?
I honestly I don't know. But I would just say it's more so their views than anything. Because it's like I wouldn't say like life is different so much from like being up north to down south, or as like who would you vote for? But I think just views are different as far as like how things are supposed to be and the whole make America great again and all that other shit. So I think people's views on like how they expect America to be are just different down here than they are up north for the most part.
Yeah, I think a lot of that, well, a good portion of it is like the evangelical people, and Trump has been really like pro-life, and a lot of people that live up here, more city people, might be more pro-choice, like give the woman the chance to make the decision for herself, while a lot of those southern states are like, they go by the Bible, their interpretation of the Bible, like you should never get an abortion. Every child has the right to live and have a chance and all that stuff. So I think Trump, and that's one of the main things he was able to appeal to a lot of those Southerners with.
Yeah, definitely. Like that's definitely like part of like I was saying, like more their views and stuff, more so than like lifestyle and stuff like that.
Sure.
But like I said, it's definitely more so their views down here than anything. Because like I said, the whole "Make America Great Again," like the pro-life, pro-choice views. What else he really back up there?
Yeah, it's funny. I was watching clips and like the reporter was asking, "Well, when was America great, and where do y'all want to go back to?" And nobody can answer the
Yo,
question.
that's a great question, and I wish I could sit down with somebody and just really have an intelligent conversation. But the minute you ask that question, they're always going to dodge it. Like I feel like I've asked people that question before. They can never give me a straight answer. I'm like, all right, make America great
Don't
again.
have an
That's like
answer.
the whole big slogan. Like he's been running with that since 2016. It's like, all right, when was it great? And it's like, oh well, not like that, and well this and that, and like they can never give a straight answer. Like, give me a year, give me a time span, give me a decade of prior to 2016, 2020 of when America was great, and I'll tell you how it wasn't for at least me and people I know, people I'm around, and
Yeah,
my culture.
look like you.
Yeah,
I feel like for one, probably be slavery in itself. Like I always go back to that. Like I feel like he brought out a lot of races that under like those races that you didn't know were races. Like he brought that demographic out big time. And if you just look at the history, like the South is one of his big um, areas of the country that has big following behind him. That's where the slavery was going from, coming from, and or where it was in the country at that point. So when people say, "Oh," when you ask like what point in time where America was great, I feel like some people, if they have the balls to say it, would probably say slavery when we dominated the country pretty much and had control over people. And that's what Trump kind of gives people a sense of, like a controlling over people.
yeah.
So I feel like if you were to ask that, I think that would be one time span where people would draw to.
I mean, I honestly don't even think you gotta go that far back from like anything he's referring to, because it's like you go back to the 50s and 60s when you still had Jim Crow laws.
Right. All that leading into it, like that sense of control over people and power. That's what he's been giving people
Yeah,
through racism and hate and the other obnoxious stuff that he's been talking about, that people just hop on and follow and just run with it. No thought process behind it. It sounds good and it looks good, so let me just run with it. Like, that's not
yeah.
how you should, voice, control your thoughts and your, create your following. But
Yeah,
that's what happened.
people hang on to racism in ways. Well, I'm not gonna say they don't know. They do know. I feel like there's lower class white people that feel good about the fact that they can say, even though I'm not the lowest class of being white, I feel like I'm still better than a minority. And
Mm-hmm.
Trump kind of brought that out of a lot of people. And a lot of those lower class white people voted against their own interests to put him in. Like Trump will put it out there like, oh, well, black people are abusing the welfare system. No, like most people on welfare are white. And a lot of people that you know living in where you live are going to lose out because they're on welfare. But you're still going to vote for him because he makes you feel superior to your peers that are black and Hispanic. Like it doesn't
a lot
make
of that happens
Bro,
in the South.
I've seen white business owners using fucking welfare EBT cards and shit. Like, bro, and like y'all got whole businesses and like they be doing some wild shit.
Now, if you learn loopholes and tricks from the president, you can get away with anything. He's been dodging the system for years, bro. Like, he's been doing it. But a lot of that demographic of the lower class whites that I was talking about, especially abusing the welfare system, that comes from the South, and that's a lot of where his backing and following is coming from. Right. Like looking at the election and how they pan out the whole country, it's nothing but red all along the South and coming up the East Coast.
Right. He ran partially on a platform of like getting rid of all those social programs. Y'all gonna vote for him. And he said, I'm getting rid of these social programs, but you're using these social programs. Like so many of y'all are on welfare. He's saying, I'm gonna get rid of welfare. We're like,
but he's gonna make America great again now. That's all they care about.
It's like I don't know. Just to look at his base, it's like so crazy because the majority, at least what they say, is uneducated. Well, not uneducated, but not college educated white people are like most of his base. And then the second biggest part of his base is like millionaires. So like everybody in between is mostly voting like Democrat for the most part.
Average person.
He got everybody down here and he got everybody up here. Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with like it don't make any sense.
I really don't. But everybody in the middle
got a cult
like
following, huh?
trying to figure it out. Yeah.
It's following crazy.
So, tactical wise, like he did his thing. Like he created his following and he got his base, and they come with a vengeance.
He knows his base, man.
And he tailors to it. Like everything is tailored to his base.
Oh yeah, he definitely can appeal to people. Especially
he did what he was trying to do.
Now go ahead with school.
I say he did what he was trying to do. Like everything that's going on is what he wanted.
Right. And
you know what I mean? No matter, what happened?
No, keep going. I didn't know that. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, even though, like, everything he's doing is affecting us in a negative way, like, he completed what he was trying to do at the end of the day, which sucks.
It does.
Like, for real.
Like, all right, so I was saying, did y'all see Wayne, I guess, met with Trump? Is that correct?
Yeah, his girl left him because of that.
Huh?
Yeah,
his girl left him because of that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that too. What
his queen left him.
Respect that.
That's
what you get
with that Trump shit.
like, why is it the cool thing to like go against your people? Like, he not for us. So you gonna take photo ops and shake his hand and be cool with dude? Like, what's wrong with people?
I don't know. I think some people might have good intentions, but not really think it out. Like, yeah, you want to go in and have a plan for the black community, but you don't realize all they're gonna do is use you for the photo op and say, "Oh, he came to meet with me."
Yo, that's all it is.
The narrative.
Nothing ever good came about doing that, yo.
Yeah.
Like, that's all it is a photo op. Say, hey, they gonna use
that's
Wayne.
Why I was so mad at Ice Cube, yo. I was like, come on, Cube. Like, not you, bro. I was so mad when I seen Ice Cube.
I'm not watching the Big Three no more. Like, got me tight.
Yeah, for me, it's different looking at Ice Cube and looking at Wayne because, like, not to be funny, but we kind of lost Wayne a long time ago. So you don't expect much from him.
You said like the man passed away.
Nah, but
we lost him a long time ago.
What did he say before? About, he never experienced police brutality or he wasn't with Black Lives Matter, something like that. He said years ago. So
yeah, we had to get him out of here.
So Ice Cube, I think he probably was one of those people that kind of got duped. Thought that he was smarter than everybody else and that his plan would actually make a difference, and he did care about the black community, but Trump used him like Trump used Kanye and Trump used everybody else.
I mean, like my thing with Ice Cube is like, I'm more disappointed in him, like you should be smarter than that. Cause like yo, you've been a businessman like majority of your life. This whole time you've been preaching black people this and you need to prosper and this different stuff. You had the big three talking about bringing like basketball back to its own, all this stuff. Like, bro, it's election time, bro. Like, you could have did this years ago. He's been in office for 4 years. Like, why now do you think they're saying, oh, yeah, we'll meet with you, Ice Cube? Bro, it's a month before the election. Of course, they're going to meet with you. They're going to take a picture. They're going to post something on Instagram or post something on Twitter and be like, yeah, see, we got Ice Cube on our team. Like, come on, bro. And I get it from a business. It's like they were saying, like, the platinum plan or whatever, however he called it. Like, he pitched it to both parties, the Democrat and Republican. Democrats, pretty much was like, we'll talk to you after the election. Makes sense. You got a lot going on. You don't really want to make it look like a publicity stunt, maybe. But the Republicans jumped on it like, yo, we'll talk to you right now. So business mindset is like, all right, boom, I'm going to go with them.
Well, just opened up, Q.
It's like, come on, bro.
He called him O'Shea. He told O'Shea to pull up.
But it's like, come on, bro. Like, you didn't see that coming? Like, if my thing is, if you wait and see who won, whether it's Democrat or Republican, and you pitch the plan to them, then like, what's the difference between a month of you talking to them about it? That was my whole big thing. That's what I was like, come on, Q. Like, you should know better than that, bro.
I'm not watching Barbershop. I'm not watching Barbershop 2. I'm not watching Barbershop 3. I'm not watching Are We Done Yet?
You're going to watch Friday.
You're going to watch Beauty Shop?
I'm going to watch Friday. I'm going to watch Friday. Friday. I'm going to watch Friday. I'm not watching the Big 3 no more, though. Big 3's out. I'm not watching
What about next Friday?
No, watch next Friday. I'm watching
Friday after next?
Yeah, I'm going to watch Friday. But that's it. I'm not watching nothing else. Like,
what about all about the Benjamins?
Nah, I wasn't really.
You ain't big about
you bounty him?
What happened?
Yo, relax, yo. Come on, yo. Y'all gotta chill out, bro. You gotta relax.
I'm glad I finally figured out what you do, though. That's
yo,
good
I gotta chill out.
This is just up and down 95.
Yo, all right. Kids come up there one time. Come up there one time and all of a sudden kids all up and down 95. Oh, I know you're not talking, bro. Kids always OT. In school, don't you even start.
Yeah, but like
in school, don't you start, bro.
But like Otis be telling us when he be OT. You just be pulling up. We didn't know you was OT until you was like, yo, kids here. Like, what?
This dude said, when school gets here, I want to record. How are we going to record if you're not here? Oh, you're here.
I mean,
okay.
Kids gotta give you the heads up that I was going to be up there. I was like, school going to be up there. I'm going to be up there.
No, that's not what you said. You said school get here, we can record.
Yeah. How else would we record if I wasn't up there?
Kids was here the whole time.
Anywho.
That's stupid.
But just for the record, I don't be going nowhere no more. So you could take that category.
Yeah, it's COVID over here.
Maybe when COVID over, I'm in LA as soon as it's over. But now.
Come on, yo. Don't play with me like that, yo.
That's the first place you're going?
That's the first place I'm going.
LA?
Say less.
I'm not even going to the grocery store. I'm going straight to the
You're not going to see your mom? You're not going to check on your mom?
I'll FaceTime her.
From LA?
FaceTime her on the plane.
Give me the airport.
Souvenir she want. That's other than that. You gonna get back.
Shout out to Mom and Gail, man. Friends of the show, yo. Shout out to Gail, man.
Since we on music, I don't know if y'all want to just segue into the other thing we want to cover today. Got the Verzuz coming up.
Verzuz.
Who y'all got, yo?
It was a T.I. Jeezy.
Yeah, T.I. Jeezy.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
And
It's all
yo,
about song
honestly,
selection, yeah.
I don't even know who I'm gonna go with.
That's
That's
song
tough.
selection and when you play it.
That's what it's always about.
T.I. got
Not
records,
always.
yo.
Sometimes it's just straight smoke for some people.
Yeah, I think
Like
T.I.
it was all
has a
smoke. It
catalog.
was all smoke for 2 Chainz.
Yeah, that battle was crazy.
That was a bad matchup from the beginning. Everybody kind of knew that though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was all smoke for 2 Chainz, so it wasn't about nothing. It was just 2 Chainz and got 20 songs to go against Ross.
But
That's the
T.I. and
king.
Jeezy pretty evenly matched to me.
Yeah, they evenly matched. So it's definitely about song selection and who plays what when.
I think T.I.'s catalog is a little more extensive, man. But it depends what
Yeah.
you're into. If you into more of the album cuts, more of the like hood stuff, then you probably rock with Jeezy. If you like a little bit more commercial type music that's gonna be on the charts, you might go with T.I. a little more. So it'll be a good one. Just like you said, it depends on what they play and when they play it.
I don't know. Yo, part of me, like when I first heard it, I was like, yo, that's a good matchup. But I still had T.I. But I was like, yo, I was listening to some Jeezy stuff. I was like, yo, I don't know.
Let's say Jeezy got a couple features or something. That's like
Jeezy got hits.
Jeezy got hits and a couple features that rock.
Yeah.
But once again,
T.I.
Both got hits.
it's very different. Like
Definitely.
even the features, like the songs they get featured on is really different. I think T.I. range is a lot more. Like you got T.I. songs with Justin Timberlake and Rihanna, and like
Yeah.
Jeezy, he really not getting into that type of bag. But
Yeah.
once
Yeah, I
again,
definitely got him on the range.
Yeah, I guess it's whatever style. I guess like I was saying, whatever style you like. Like your more hood. I'll go with your Jeezy. More commercial and T.I. I think T.I. might take it.
so yeah, I'm gonna put kids on the spot right now. I'm taking T.I. by 2. Tills, who you like?
Wow, T.I. by 2.
I said it like it's a
Oh.
crazy number. Like I said by 10. Like 2.
No. That's a good choice, man. I honestly don't know. If I had to pick, I go T.I. just because he got more versatile records or records that's gonna just make you go ooh and ah. 'Cause like, dang, I forgot about that one. I'll probably go T.I. by 2.
Who you like? School? LA School?
Nah, I think I'm going with T.I. just because, like, I feel like don't get me wrong, they both got hits, but I think T.I. collection is just like he just got a more versatile range of songs and hits, in my opinion.
Fizz?
Off the strength of ATL, I'm gonna take T.I. That was a great.
Clean
That was a
sweep,
great
huh?
movie. That was a great movie.
Oh, you said ATL. I thought you meant the city. I'm like, where'd
Nah.
you?
Not
I was
a
about to say
movie.
that's both of
Not a movie. That's the movie.
ATL, huh? Wow.
them.
That's the impression when it comes to movies. I thought it wasn't a good movie, but
ATL my shit.
it ain't really like.
I fucks with ATL. I don't fuck with ATL.
I
That's a
fucks with
good movie.
ATL.
Nah, ATL dope. Soundtrack was dope too.
I mess with Nuno.
But what's
Ooh,
the
not the
what's the
new.
spread? What's the spread on the battle? Is the spread out there?
Couldn't tell you.
Nah, I'll take T.I. All seriousness, I'll take T.I.
Jeezy gonna
think
come out with some shit and make us all wrong.
I think what album was that? My freshman year that came out high school. Was it King?
Was that King that came out?
I remember playing that like on repeat like all the time. Let me see. No, sophomore year. It was King.
Yeah, I'm just comparing what I got in my phone right now. It's
Yeah. On that one, yeah. What you know? Yeah. Why you wanna?
Paper Trail. We got Live Your Life, Rihanna,
Trail was
Whatever You Like, Swing Your Rag, Swagger Like Us.
Yeah, I got crazy.
Big shit popping.
I don't know.
I don't know if
Jeezy
Jeezy got a song that I
Jeezy,
want to hear more than Top Back though. That like for me, that's my joint.
Jeezy got an uphill battle. He got an uphill battle, definitely.
But, I
You
mean,
say you don't know a song better than Top Back from Jeezy?
personally, I know that might not be his best song, but like that's one of them songs that come on. It's like just like you just getting his own. Like, well, you know, Jeezy, you got Manifest Beats, you got And Then What, got Go Crazy. I don't know if T.I. got better commercial features, but I don't know if T.I. got a better collab than Jeezy does with Jay-Z and 3K and the I Do. That song
That
is
easy.
3K
You
did
don't
kind
mess
of
up.
though.
It
3K kind
depends
of
on it.
crazy on him on that though. So
Honestly, Jeezy has 20, not a lot. Like,
for
it's
sure.
no problem for him to get 20, but I think he has less songs to pick from, so it's going to be his best 20. I think T.I. has so many songs to pick from that he can mess it up on his own by picking the wrong damn songs.
That's true. I never thought about it like that.
You ain't like Put
Jeezy,
On with him and Kanye?
yeah, that's definitely got to be in the 20.
I'm trying to think what else.
I don't know. I like the one with Jay-Z better than the Kanye, I think.
Super Freak with 2 Chainz?
Love bringing up 2 Chainz.
This
2 Chainz.
kid love him so much.
Like
Yeah.
any reason to bring up 2
This
Chainz.
kid had 2 Chainz winning that battle.
It's not the time to. We don't have time for that.
We got to do a recount. You talking about that shit.
No.
You ain't like Leave You Alone with Neo? That was a joint.
No, that goes. I need to add it to my library. Actually, I don't got that for some reason.
Are you switching to Jeezy now, Bert?
No, I'm just going through it like
Okay.
Sounds like
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Going through his
It
top.
sound like it. It sound like it.
Seen It All with Jay. That was good. That was dope. What was the he had a Drake feature on Drake joint.
Was it on his album or Drake?
No, it was Drake's album. Unforgettable.
I think what it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They had what you call sample.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sample at the beginning.
A later joint. I was just listening to Jeezy on the other day.
Jeezy definitely got joints.
it's gonna be a good battle.
You know what? When is
Oh,
battle?
it's
When
gonna
is
be good.
battle
It's gonna
supposed
be
to
a
be?
good battle.
The 19th.
Oh, the 19th? That's mad far out. Why so
Damn.
so long?
Yeah,
19th?
yeah, that is another far.
Why
I was
you
thinking it was like
gonna throw a party?
shoot 8.
Nah.
You just want more time to think about it.
Yeah. Let me get my bag
Switch
real
to
quick.
Jeezy.
Let me get my bag real quick. Let's see.
Kid's about to switch to Jeezy. Jeezy gonna get smoked because you picked him.
Don't do that. Don't be like that.
That's what happened with 2 Chainz.
Don't do that.
What
So
happened with Nelly?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
come
talk
on, yo. No one picked Nelly, yo.
out of here. She dead.
Yeah, still,
funny,
yo,
I
pull
was
up the
about to
evidence,
bring up
yo.
Luda. So coming up in the era that we came up with, all three of Luda, Jeezy, and T.I. was all relevant at that time. So from a up north perspective, who would y'all take as the king of the South from when he was coming up?
Luda.
Taking Luda over T.I. and Jeezy?
Yeah.
My personal pick would be Luda. Personally,
Yeah.
just music wise. But like just from
music wise, you say he made better music than them?
just music I preferred.
Interesting.
But like from a general consensus, it's T.I. Like that's an easy.
Nah,
pick
he didn't
for me.
ask you. He didn't ask you that. He said,
Yo, who you talking
you
to?
just
Like
gave him two. You gave him two different answers.
Yo, who you? I don't appreciate you coming at me like that, yeah.
You gave him two different answers though.
See,
For,
my issue
for me,
with no, go ahead.
For me, if I had to go like music wise and what I was listening to and who I was listening to back then, I would be Luda.
So it's Luda.
Yeah, man, relax, yo. Sit
Nah,
back in your
because you
chair,
gave him
yo.
two different answers. You gave him two different answers.
Sit back in your chair, yo.
What's your answer? Because you look like you got different answers. Yeah.
For me, it's like I like Luda, and Luda can rap. I'll let that be the starting point. But Luda used to make a lot of like funny music, like like if you listen to Word of Mouth, like you got songs like Roll Out, you got Saturday, like those songs make me laugh.
It's very silly.
Those was bots.
But I love that shit.
But they were hits.
They was hits, but like I don't know, like it's hard to compare him to like T.I., who was like spitting real stuff all the time, and Jeezy was like real, as opposed to Ludacris with songs with Mystical. What was the song? They was laughing about that time. move. Like it's two different lanes of music.
Yeah, but like,
Luda is hard.
Ooh.
Luda can absolutely rap. He's ill, but he was making like funny music. Like, you know what I mean?
I feel like it depends on what we're talking about though. When you asking this question, because it's like if you talking about like if you want to go lyrics and like the seriousness of topics, and yeah, you gotta pick like the Jeezy or T.I. But
do you have to though?
Oh, come
feel-
so now it's nothing that we can't come up with a pick. Before when I was saying the same shit, it was like you gotta pick one.
My answer's still the
I'm
same.
still
I'm
Luda.
just
I'm still
saying.
Luda.
Fuck
I'm just going off of what.
Like after a while, like I get tired of like hearing about people like selling coke and doing drugs and doing that. Like that shit get corny after a while. But like Luda, it was never corny for me.
But I think you boxing T.I. in a way that he's not just that. Like I said, he got a lot of songs about different stuff and a lot of features. Like I said, you got the Rihanna stuff, you got Swagger Like Us, you got a bunch of different lanes that he was in. It's not all like I'm killing people and selling drugs and all that stuff.
The first like half his career was.
I think he had a decent mix of other stuff, even towards maybe not the very beginning, but as he matured and music kept coming. But I don't know. Like I said, Luda can absolutely rap. I think it's like it's the lover of New York music. I won't say the New Yorker, I mean like Tills would have said, but the love of New York music.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing?
Kind of makes me like.
What are we doing, yo?
What did you tell Lex at the club? Come on, we don't have time
Come
to
on,
get
yo. What we doing? What we doing right now, yo? What are we doing?
We don't have time to tell the story.
Brought this for yourself.
For the viewers,
I didn't say nothing.
You told people before that you were from New York. That's it.
No, I did not, yo. I did not say that. I had a Yankee hat on.
And you had a New York Yankee
episode.
fitted on too in the
I
club.
had a Yankee
We have to do an episode about our trips, man.
Absolutely.
Wearing hats in the club. Stupid.
Shout out to DC, man. Shout out to DC.
It's completely perspective and completely opinion. So I just want to completely make it clear. I like Ludacris. Ludacris can absolutely rap. He makes good music. Just some of the music at points was like.
So was he the bigger artist at that time?
I think he's always been the bigger artist.
Okay.
But in terms of what I'm looking for in the music, I don't know.
Wait, time out. Luda was always the bigger artist. In every aspect of their career, Luda was always a bigger artist?
Yeah.
I mean, in hindsight, I don't know exactly when everybody started and kind of how the trajectory went, but looking back, I don't remember a time when any of them were bigger, like, commercially than Luda.
Okay. I'll take that. I think T.I.'s just career lasted longer. That's what I was trying to get at.
Oh yeah, Luda started going
definitely.
He got into like acting after, yeah, like he.
Yeah, Luda did like 17 Fast and the Furious, so he didn't have time.
And he got 3 more coming out like next year. But like, I'm not Luda. I would take Luda over T.I. any day.
Yeah, like I said, like the general like consensus is like T.I. is king of the South. So, but like you said, if I had to pick myself personally,
is he though?
I think it's the consensus for us.
I don't think he's the king of the South.
Northerners, because if you go down there, they're gonna throw in people that we wouldn't even consider. Like I've heard people say king of the South, and people start throwing people like Gucci and a bunch of other people. And like,
we'll talk about king of like Atlanta. When we say king of the South, are we talk about like king of Atlanta though? Or like
everything kind of stems from Atlanta. You got a little bit of New Orleans, a little bit of Miami, but everything kind of stems from Atlanta, to me.
I mean, but like, T.I. is like Atlanta though. Like he's from there. Like that's what he rep. Like it ain't like T.I. king of the South. It's T.I. like he still lived there.
I'm kind of missing where you're going.
Yeah, I'm lost.
All right, whatever. Forget it. You said anything.
I mean, all of them, whether it be him, whether it be Jeezy, whether Luda, Wayne.
I'm saying you adding in like New Orleans and stuff, and I don't think that's the same thing.
I mean, it's kind of its own little
right. Whatever.
I'm just saying.
I'm the only one that lives down south at this point, but whatever. Y'all know what you're talking about.
It's different now than what it was 20 years ago. The South ain't the same.
what I'm saying is, if you go to Atlanta and they are talking about all the people that they respect from the South, you're probably going to hear some names from New Orleans. You're probably going to hear some names from Miami. But we don't really. I mean, Wayne is. I get what your point is, because if you mix Wayne into that equation, then you got to kind of think about it a little bit differently. Even though I don't. Yeah. That's a whole other topic. But I understand what you're saying, because New Orleans just does add a little different dynamic when it comes to the South end. Then you got to start considering Wayne, and people feel very differently about.
But I get what you're saying though. Like when it comes to like down south music, it all stems from like Atlanta, because that's like the hub of music down there.
Right. Everything pretty much runs through Atlanta. Like everything up here runs through New York. If you're in Cali, everything runs through LA. So
it's cool.
I went to school. Yep.
Get to LA, man. I'm just saying.
Luda's that guy.
No, it's Luda for me, man. It's Luda for me.
I'll take Luda over. I'll take Luda over the third one.
I mean, we only got so much time, and I don't want to get too deep in it. But since we did kind of bring up that New Orleans piece, where does Wayne fall in that list for y'all?
Amongst us,
adding him to that list.
Out of those, adding him, making him the fourth person in that comparison. Is he like, where does he fall in that list of four?
I don't really consider him, and like I feel like that's a bad comparison to me.
What do you mean? It's not a. I'm confused about what you're saying. I'm saying we already discussed that New Orleans is kind of its own segment. Some people consider it in that bubble of the South. Some of them don't. But if we have those four names, just throwing them out there, regardless of anything, where does he rank among those four?
I don't know. I just don't bang with Wayne as of late. I don't know, man.
But not as of late. Like looking at his career.
And at that time period, or just
career.
Up to what?
I think
I'm gonna pick Wayne.
Well, I mean, it could be a two-part question. You could one, how do you feel career-wise, and two, like as we were coming up, because as we were coming up, that's when Wayne had that crazy mixtape run. So your answers might be different for the two questions. So either one, however you want to approach it.
That's why I was actually about to say that. I was about to change my answer, because I feel like it was only a certain point in time he had a crazy run where, like, I feel like Luda run always been crazy. Once he, like, hit mainstream, like, I feel like his run always been crazy. Wayne was like we know you there, then you run crazy, and now your run is kind of like, you know what I mean? So I don't know. That's tough. That's a tough pick.
And also, I think that's why you got to make the distinction between us as Northerners for the most part. I mean, you got your season as far as LA and all that, the scene out there. But we look at the music down there very differently, because people will bring up Wayne that are from the South, and they don't start there. They start with like early Cash Money Wayne. I'm like, he couldn't even really rap back then, to me. But that's where they want to start. Like, yeah, he was hot even right then. Like, what? So
it's definitely Luda and Wayne in the top two out of those four. Yeah. I'm having a hard time putting. Shit.
It's on the spot.
So
it's crazy, right?
I feel like, me personally, I didn't really start banging with Wayne until high school, in like the middle of his like mixtape run. Prior to that, though, it was, if out of the two, it was definitely Luda. So on the strength of that, I would probably put Luda and then Wayne. And then it's kind of the same thing for me with T.I. and Jeezy. I feel like I was listening to Jeezy before I was listening to T.I. So I think for me, off the strength of that logic, I would have them as, I think it would be Luda, Wayne, Jeezy, T.I.
Dang, T.I. dead last. That's wild.
It's no shot to him, but I was listening to Jeezy before I heard about T.I. coming up. I didn't really start getting T.I. until it was like middle to end of my high school years.
You got a snowman T-shirt?
I did have a snowman T-shirt, and I got it from the Zebra Hotspot on Wheelie. It was white. It was white with the glitter snowman joint.
So what is your list based on? Is your list based on who makes the best music, who makes the best songs, like complete songs, or who raps the best?
I would say complete songs. I just prefer Luda over. That tells a little bit about my personality. Though. I joke and bullshit all day. So like Luda stuff, like Camera is my boy. Like they kind of like they got jokes for days. They just so like I fuck with Luda, fuck with Kim. Like everybody else in that list, they not no jokesters or telling stories, you know. But like I don't know, like I would take Luda out of that one of those four.
Thoughts, Tales, any?
No shot to like they all up there, but I think I would prefer Luda over those four.
I don't know, man. I still feel weird putting Wayne in that category, to be honest. I mean, I understand it's all down south rappers, but I just feel like he was kind of in his own league when that whole run was going with his mixtapes. I don't know. Me, as far as like going from like the down south thing, I'd have to go with Luda, and I'd probably go Luda, Wayne, T.I., Jeezy.
Not far. If you just flip flop T.I. and Jeezy.
And like no disrespect to Jeezy, but it's just like if you got to pick, that's the order I put him in.
Respect it. Just inquiring. We're gonna have to do a few episodes on just like our top tier rappers, who we like, our top fives, top tens, whether it be geographically or just in general. There's a lot that goes into it.
You running with?
Overall, I probably would keep T.I. at the top. I think Wayne's run was, like you said, he was there for a minute and then he was gone again. Like, and the early stuff, I couldn't really get with. So
Wayne was there for a while, bro. He wasn't just there for a minute and gone. He was there for a hot minute.
I think, just off the top of the head, I'm probably not right. His run, like a dominant run, was maybe like what, 5 years?
That's a long time.
That is, but you got somebody that's been consistent for, I don't know, 10 years in T.I. or Luda, who was consistent for a long period as well. He wasn't his highest high, like Luda's highest high wasn't as high as Wayne's, but he was consistent for a longer period of time to me.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of balances.
That's fine with that.
Yeah.
So I would still keep T.I. at the top, and I know a lot of people wouldn't agree with me, but I'm not a Wayne fan. Other than that run, before and after, I'm not a Wayne fan, so it's hard for me.
He started doing like different shit. He started skateboarding and doing rock and roll and truck fit, and
that's kind of when we lost him.
That was definitely the start. The skinny jeans got crazy.
It's just like that run between Carter 2, all the mixtapes, Carter 3, and then like a couple mixtapes after that was a very, very sick run. And I can't think of anybody, T.I., Luda, or Jeezy, who had that amount of quality music in that time span, as much as he was putting it out. That's why it's kind of like it was like an anomaly. It's like, it's kind of weird how his run went. Because it was like Wayne went from like Carter 2 Wayne, Cash Money Wayne, to like people comparing him, saying he better than Jay-Z, he the best rapper alive. And like people were really making arguments for that shit. It was like, that's why I said it's kind of weird putting them in the same category for me, at least.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't even giving Wayne the best rapper alive. I was giving him that argument then.
I wasn't giving him that shit, but like
Jay-Z's run is. Some could argue it's still going.
That's just a whole nother thing. Like, you can't put Jay-Z in nobody category.
He's still putting
not
stuff.
Not Biggie, not nobody. Like, Jay-Z's just Jay-Z.
I think part of that comparison is because Wayne had went off that "Show Me What You Got" beat and just snapped crazy.
Yep.
And then so Jay-Z's version,
he just kept snapping on songs.
Right, but that, I think, seeing the two of them go on the same beat and Wayne to go way crazier than Jay-Z went, that's when people are like, okay, let me start making this comparison. But he was never in Jay-Z's league. Like, it just never was, regardless of what run he made. So, but he definitely is an interesting person to try to dissect as far as his career.
Yeah.
But you would take Wayne's run over Fab's run for mixtape?
I think Fab's run is more spread out. I think Wayne had a run that was like so concise, like boom, boom, boom. Like you hear.
I think
Fab,
Wayne's run.
No, go ahead.
Even though there was mixtapes, like Wayne's run was so commercial and it was just so widely accepted. I think Fab still had his fan base and stuff.
Fab don't miss though. I feel
no,
like
Fab don't miss. Fab.
That's a good question.
Fab definitely
don't miss.
Mixtape.
Like even though his
like
run
I said,
is like
Wayne's run with
spread
mixtapes
out.
was just so crazy. It was like it doesn't match up well with anything. It was just so weird how hot Wayne got so fast. Like Fab always been like the mixtape guy, consistent throughout decades almost. But like Wayne caught fire, and it was just like, and it was consistently for like you said, like 5-6 years, and everything was fire.
So once again, it depends on how you're judging stuff, because for me, even Wayne's mixtapes, it's like 5-6 songs that just go crazy, and I'm gonna just have them songs on repeat for however long. But a Fab mixtape, I'm probably keeping the whole mixtape, and I'm gonna let that thing run through. But his consistency is all good. It's 10 good songs, but Wayne had 5 great songs. So it's like, how do you judge it?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one, man.
I don't know. It's got to be continued. It's got to run out of time. So
we gotta post that on the page.
Yeah, we could post that on the page.
Fab run versus Wayne.
Talk about it next.
The New Yorker hit me so bad once the jump on Fab trade, yo. It's so bad.
Let you do it. That Wayne run was sick. Those dedications, they got so crazy.
It was sick, but I feel like Fab was just
Fab is consistent, and Fab's mixtapes were more like albums, to be honest.
Those were his albums.
Like the Soul Tape run. Then what was the other one?
No outro messing with Tills.
Well, all right. Y'all got it.
All right, we gonna wrap it up. Catch y'all next episode, man. School in the Game pod. Till's gonna keep going. We're gonna catch y'all next episode.